See it too. Meeting is now streaming live. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome live. Welcome back. We are here, BGCM Scholarship Show. As you can see, we started a little bit late, but that's because of some Zoom issues and different things like that. So we're back live. We're back going. We are set to get it going as well. We have some people in here, some team members, and we really appreciate them for definitely being involved. Disregard Mr. Jermaine's Zoom box up there. He's actually doing something right now, but it'll be back probably most likely at the end. So today, on our scholarship show, we'll be talking about personal identity or who you are, and then ending with college life. So we're going to start with personal identity. Can someone in this Zoom call give me their own definition of who they are or what it means to have a personal identity? And if you'd like to talk, you can just unmute yourself, or you can say it in the chat or type it in the chat, not say it, but whichever one works best for you. No one has anything, I can talk and say who I am or what it means. No one. Oh, Jay?
How you would explain yourself? Like, if somebody were to ask you, like, give you some traits about yourself, like basically what you think.
So what you think who you are, or of that sense of or what you might like or what you might do. Okay. I get where you're coming from. Anyone else? Anyone else in this group? Hello, Miss Sharon, by the way. I don't know if that's Miss Sharon or Michael, but whomever it is, but hello. Anyone else with their input of what personal identity means or who you are means or what it means? No one else. Quiet as a mouse. Quiet as a mouse. All right. So yeah, personal identity is one sense of self. So like they're, I guess, in a sense, similar in a sense. So who you are, what's the best way that you can explain yourself to someone else, different things of that nature. Even while being teens and while being at a certain age, even, okay, Miss Sharon said it's me. I would love for you to elaborate on that. You can unmute yourself or you can type it in here, whichever one you want to do, and I can say it out loud. But Miss Sharon said
she was trying to say that it's Miss
Sharon. What do you say? What do you say, Jabba? I don't know what he
I
did.
said that she was trying to say that it's her, not Michael.
Oh, okay. It's like it's actually her. Got you. Okay, got you. Well, still, it's me is basically saying who you are. It's her. You like how I just switched that up like that? That's nice. I know. But yeah, so finding out who you are as a person, maybe even like Jay said, your traits, things that you might have an interest in. The best way to just explain yourself is who you are. Even finding yourself can be the hardest thing to do as well. Even for the age that most adults are at. It's okay. Miss Sharon's gonna talk. I don't know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
No, but what he's saying is really what you say as I want to say technical, because like when you're going for a job interview, the first thing they're going to ask you is tell me about yourself, tell me basically what about you, describe yourself, also they're going to ask you what your strengths and your weaknesses are, but basically what about you. So this is what they ask you when you go to a job interview. So it's very what's the word?
Important.
Yes, important that you know who you are, when you're walking into a job interview, or even on your scholarship forms, they're going to ask you, tell me about yourself. So this is very important. You guys need to take notes about this. This is very important. That's about it. I'm about to mute myself. Sorry.
No. You definitely add your input as well too. We love the input from everybody, but yeah, Miss Sharon is definitely right with the job, with scholarship applications, whatever it is. As she mentioned, the first question that they probably are going to ask you is, can you tell me about yourself? Who are you? Et cetera, different things like that. And that's even just meeting anybody in general. Maybe you might meet somebody that can help you in the future or help you the next day or whatever it is. You know, the first question that they're going to do is or ask you is, hey, who are you? Tell me about yourself a little bit, different things like that. So just thinking about that as of right now, especially as a teen, because you have your different reasons of why it might be a factor of you know having you question about like maybe you know this is me, maybe this is me, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe even having other people persuade you a certain way of like, oh, I should do this instead, or I should think this way or that way. You know, as teens, it's kind of hard, and even as adults as well. We go through the same thing. We're still trying to, most of us, right? All of us are still trying to find out who we are. And I can say that for myself. I'm still trying to find out who I am. I have little spurts of when I do, but then I have my reasons of why I sometimes move away. And I'm like, dang, I don't know if that's really me. So um, just sitting down and trying to the best way to explain this is sitting down trying to find out who you are first before you try to assist somebody else to do whatever is a good trait to do. So that's what Miss Sharon said, writing it down, writing these different things down, especially with the situation that we have right now of going over certain stuff is good to do. So what before we go to another question that I actually have for you guys, we're gonna do a little activity real quick. I think Jabez and Michael have actually done this. Maybe, yeah, Jay, you probably done this too. We're gonna look at 5 different images. I want your guys' opinion on what these images mean or what they're trying to portray in pretty much in each image. I'm going to show my screen. Oh my gosh, I don't know where it's at. That's not it either. That's not it. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. I don't know where I put it. Did I click off of it? Oh shucks, I did. Hold on, let me get like 2 minutes real quick. Get up. Oh, there you go, right there. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna show you guys like 5 different images, maybe even 4, and you're gonna give me what I guess what's their meaning of this or who they are in these pictures. Um, and you can say it in the chat. You can say it out loud, whatever you might choose to do. All right. So, like I said, most of you guys have already done this. You probably already seen some of these pictures. You might not even remember exactly what some of the pictures mean, but they can mean whatever you want it to be. So we'll start with, like I said, you guys have done this, but some of you have done this before already. What do you guys think in this picture right here? What do you think is her or basically who she is, the meaning of this picture, anything of that nature? And we would love your feedback. And I'll look at the chat too while we're looking at this as well. So we have a woman right here, tattoos on her neck, chest area, some earrings, blonde hair, short hair. I'm assuming she has a little bit of makeup on. I don't know exactly because of how it is, but what do you guys feel the meaning of this picture is, or her personal identity, or who she is?
She looked like the party type.
Look like the party type. Okay. 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 Exactly what does that mean? That's a good question to ask to just follow up with.
Like she likes to go out with friends a lot. Like she's all about having a good time.
Okay. 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 Jabez says self-love and artistic. I like that. I like that. Okay. Self-love and artistic, obviously, because of with tattoos, even for myself, I have a couple. I got a couple tattoos where, like Jabez said, that's been in a sense artistic or self-love. It's a lot of different stuff that I have on my body, or pretty much people have on their bodies that with tattoos that you tell your story. And that's what I tell people all the time. I have a lot of things on, well, a lot of tattoos that tell my story and tell who I am, not just, oh, I'm this and that, but It just tells my story. So I like that answer. And she could be the party type. Jay, you could be right. We honestly really don't know, but in this picture, that's kind of where it's seeming towards. All right, let's go to another picture. We got a couple. We'll go to this. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I remember this one. We'll go with this picture. When I first thought of, I'll just say for myself, I thought this was a Hulk, but it's not the Hulk. I don't think. Yeah, it's not. No, just a random person. What do you guys think this means, or what this person means in this picture, or who they are?
Just an angry and crazy person.
Crazy person. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Like I said, you can type in the chat as well too. Jabez said determined. Jabez, I'm out to ask. Explain that, please, for me. Explain why you say determined. I don't know if he's typing or if he's about to talk.
Say it instead. Typing's gonna take too long. But he just looks like he's more determined than angry. Like he looks like there's something that he wants, so he's gonna get it by any means.
I like that. Yeah, so like maybe he could be trying to do something or accomplish something, and he's determined to make sure that he gets it done. And if he doesn't, or if he didn't do it, then that's why he's looking so upset. Okay, I like determined. Okay, and he could be angry too. I like that. All right, we'll do one more real quick. I said 4 or 5, but we'll get to one more because we're close to time. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so this last one. What do you guys think this? What do you guys think this means, or who he is? So the answer a lot of people would think of is, oh, my breath stink. Yeah, that's what it could be, but most likely it's not. Let's think outside the box. Let's think outside the box from everybody that would like to answer. What do you guys think he means, or what's the meaning of this picture, who he is, all that type of stuff. And you can type in the chat, or you can say it out loud. Michelle, you got something?
He could be, it looks like he could be at an interview, or he walked outside of an interview and he realized he should have said a different answer or something. Like he's like, oh man, why did I say that? You know, see how he's covering his mouth, like he's thinking, like he shouldn't have said something.
Yeah, I like that. I agree. Michael said, watch what he said. Yep. So like Ms. Sharon said, in the sense of watching what he said, maybe he said something before what he just said at that time being. I love those answers. You guys are very visual. I like it. Yes. I like it. So yes, so we'll stop this sharing real quick. So yeah. With all those images, everybody can find out who they are. If it has to do with the job, if it has to do with school, if it has to do with personal life, whatever it is, you want to try to find yourself, because you're the only one that should be the best way. You're the only one that should be able to explain who you are the best way. No one else should be able to explain who Miss Sharon is. No one else should be able to explain who Jabez is, who I am, who Jay is, et cetera, et cetera. You should be the one, the best way to explain for yourself of who you are. And look like Jay just hurt himself with his ear, or he lost his earring, but it's okay.
No, my earring is like the back piece is messed up, like it's stuck.
Oh no, you about to start crying. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for talking about who you are. We're gonna actually do a lot more of that type of stuff. Just trying to find out, your identity, maybe even some other things that has to do around with that type of stuff, just to prepare yourself. Or maybe if it's an interview, or maybe you meet a stranger or something, they ask you a certain question, and right off the bat, you know how to answer that. Those different type of things will help you, obviously now, but definitely in the future as well. So we'll be doing a lot more different stuff regarding those types of things, just to help you guys and anybody else that's viewing to prepare for those types of things. So we have about 9 minutes left, 5 minutes left, however you want to say it. I want to ask everybody if you do have any questions. Any questions that have to do with the college life. So like what college could be like, you know, it could be with anything that you guys might have regarding college. Last time, I think like maybe a month ago or something, we talked about like homework in college, all those types of things. It could be whatever you guys want. Obviously, PG. You don't want to go to nothing too crazy or anything like that. But maybe it's something that doesn't have to be with college. Maybe it's something with a job or whatever. You can ask Miss Sharon and myself any questions that's on your mind as of right now. We would love to answer. But if it's regarding college, we can ask that question too. Answer that question too. So any
Alright.
questions?
What is it like being an athlete in college?
Okay, that's a great question. Okay, so one, I would say it all depends on every place is most likely going to be different, I should say. So if you go to a place that's D1, you go to a place that's D2, NEIA, et cetera, JUCO, whatever. They have some things that are similar, but they have some things that are obviously different. So like a D1 athlete is going to be most likely a lot different than probably where I went, which was NAIA, because D1 could be bigger, a bigger university. NAIA could be a big university or it could be small, depending on what it is. Um, it has its pros and cons about a lot of different things. So I can't tell you about the D1 side because I can't tell you about it because I wasn't D1. So I can't tell you how that was. I'm not even gonna get into that boat because it could be different now. But when I was at, um, it was cool. It was cool. I learned a lot. People thought highly of an athlete in a sense, especially if your team was winning. So you could, I don't want to say like get away with certain things, but I wasn't that type of person to even take that advantage of. I just made sure I just got my work done, did what I had to do, all that type of stuff, so I could be able to play in the sport that I love to do. So I mean, a lot of people might tell you, as an athlete, I can do this and that, or you should be able to do this and that and get away with this and that. I wouldn't even take that. I wouldn't even take that into consideration because right now it could be different than how it was 5, 6 years ago, however long I got out of college. But it's fun though. It's fun, obviously, being able to practice, be around your teammates, meet new people, go against opponents, obviously get your work done, and at the end of the day, get that diploma or degree, get that degree, and be able to continue to play the sport that you want to do, or maybe even get into a career later on, or do whatever you have that you love to do later on after or even before. Because maybe you can even go back because you have that great relationship with the coach or whatever it might be, and you can continue to go back and help maybe even at that college being a graduate assistant or something like that. But overall, it's fun. Food is good, or they depending on where you go, obviously they can treat you nice. They can not treat you nice as well, depending on how you are and how the department is as well, and all that type of stuff. But my advice is to gain that relationship with almost everybody at your school, especially if it's a smaller school. But if it's a bigger school, gain relationships with people, build that relationship, and you just never know what you can use another person for. Maybe they can even use you for. So gaining relationships is good, especially as an athlete, because you can get a lot of praise later on, or even at the time being of when you're playing that sport. But overall, it's fun. It's fun, and it's good to learn how to balance a lot of different things as well too. So balancing your schoolwork, your social life, and then your sport that you're playing as well. Um, and there's Jermaine. He's back. So yeah, Jermaine, we're talking about college life or just them asking questions. Jay asked a question about being an athlete in college. So I was just giving him my spiel of pretty much the NAIA side of being an athlete in college. I couldn't do the D1 because I wasn't D1. So I don't know how it is. I just heard they always got money. But I'm like, okay, that's probably not true all the time. So I'm like, I don't want to say that because I'm like, I don't know. But
They don't have no free time. That's for sure.
so yeah, like I was saying, yeah, you gotta learn how to balance that stuff out.
Time management.
Time management, exactly. And that's with anything. That could be at your job, at work, in school, whatever it is. Time management is very, very important.
Mhm.
Hopefully, Jay, that answered your question regarding what you asked. Any more questions from anybody regarding college life or anything of that nature? Miss Sharon, you got a question? Yeah, you do.
No,
No.
don't
Ah,
don't start with me. Don't start. I'm just waiting for you to start. Don't start. I'm being good today.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
But when the kids get off, I do want to talk with you too about next week.
About next week.
Yeah, how we're gonna go about that. What's going down with that?
With the guest speaker for next week.
No. I report back in on Monday. So are you guys gonna still be doing this here? I did not say when the kids get off.
oh, you
Right, here we go. I'm
All
a
right.
guest with y'all today.
All right,
Lord
everybody.
help.
We appreciate you for being involved in the show. We have 2 minutes left, so we're going to end it as of right now. Ms. Sharon has a great question for us, so we need to make sure we answer that. All right, well, we'll be back here next Thursday, 3 p.m. We'll actually have a special guest from the FBI office from Omaha here. So tune in 3 p.m. Thursday. We should have a great presentation and great discussion and dialogue. So we'll see everybody. Stay blessed. Stay alive.
Kane's food cards next week if you participate.
Yes, Kane's food card if you participate to the Zoom call. And if you let us know that you're watching from YouTube. All righty. We're out.